Hello, BookTube. I decided to do a live today. I'm feeling a bit better, and Mark may join me. He's getting ready for, which I didn't realize. Well, I did, but I'd forgotten that he was doing a live later for his football reading thingy, whatever it is. So anyway, I don't know if anybody will show up. I only gave about 10 or 15 minutes notice here, but I just thought I would sort of talk about. Well, I did a video that seems to be going fairly well. I've gotten several emails since it's gone up regarding buying used books online, and there was some things I didn't discuss in there, and I had a few questions regarding mainly about new books of where to look because I mentioned a used database or a meta search engine for used books, and I was asked if there's such things for new books, and there are. There's at least here in the UK, there's um, book what's it called, bookseller.org, I think it is. And then there's the Hive, which is all independent bookshops. I'm just pulling it up because I did have a listing here of some of them. Um, and of course, I must have gone off the page. But there are a few of them. And that, like, you don't need to go strictly to Amazon to buy new books, and because the book depository is no more, then it's people are searching for other places to find or to order new books, especially worldwide. And there's a place called Wordery, which says they ship worldwide. But I see there's 5 people here. Say hello. And as I say, Mark might be joining us or joining me a bit later. But I just thought I'd come on. I just didn't. I was reading, and then I just sort of got a little tired, and I thought, well, maybe this will pick me up to so I can be a little fresh and read a little more. Well, as soon as I say there's 5, now a few disappeared. So now back to 5. But yeah, if you're here, say hello. And if you have any questions regarding any book selling online, yeah, a lot of people I think are missing book depository. But there is, as I say, there's Wordery, wordery.co.uk, or is it wordery.com? Maybe wordery.com. And it doesn't have as big a selection um, as Book Depository did, but it does say that it ships worldwide. Hi, Jenny. Thank you. Yeah, I am feeling better. I didn't realize until after I put that first video up. I looked like a ghost. I was so gray. I didn't realize it, and I think that's I'll just have to be careful of putting up videos like that in future. But yeah, I am feeling much better. But yeah, there's I think this I'm trying to I'd gone off the page. I thought I had it here. Uh, uh, Let me see if I can find it again. Because it's for new books. It's for independent booksellers that you can search and then buy directly from them. And I'd forgotten the name. The other one here is called Hive. The Hive, and it's very similar online. Let's see here. or you can always go to, direct ones, but not all of them will um, ship worldwide. That's for sure. Bookshop.org. That's what it is. And I think that might be actually, there could be an American version of that as well. And it's for independent booksellers. But yeah, for used ones, there's other databases that are meta search engines like the bookfinder.com, but bookfinder.com I think is the best out of all of them. Anyway, oh, it's getting warm here. I don't know if I should turn the fan on, because if I turn the fan on, you may not hear me. Let me give it a try, and do let me know how the sound is. If it just blots it out, then I'll have to turn it back off. So yeah, so let me know how the sound is. If it sounds like I'm in a wind tunnel, do let me know. But yeah, Summer, where if you're not buying from Book Depository, were you specifically buying from Book Depository for British editions, or just well, I guess that's a lot of American ones. Oh, the sound's okay? Oh, okay, cool. That's good. That feels a lot better as well, because I'm starting to melt in the heat. It's a bit cooler today, but it's not that cooler. So, what's it like up in Scotland, Jenny? Is it still up in the high 20s? Well, right now it says it's 22 out in light rain. Feels like 25, but it's definitely, yeah. Some of the paperbacks are nicer, but yeah, try Wordery dot com, and then there is Blackwell's that apparently ships worldwide, but I found I have not had good luck with them ordering offline. It sounds like your stomach just waiting. So what are you getting? What takeout are you getting? I was just saying to someone a couple weeks ago that I haven't had a pizza in probably more than 2 years. Apparently said 17, so it's a bit cooler, yeah. But here it's like I just don't like the way buildings are built in the UK, because they don't have air. Well, they don't have air conditioning, one, but they don't have insulation, so they're colder in the winter and hotter in the summer. But yeah, book-wise, definitely, Summer, check out wordery.com. I've always had good luck with them when I've ordered in the past. But a friend of mine who was in Taiwan, tried to order something and said it wasn't available to be shipped internationally, but they do say they ship free around the world. Okay. At first I thought that said karma from Favorite India. So I'm thinking, oh, okay. So does that affect you that way? But no, karma. Yeah, they're worth checking out. I no longer order from Abe. I had to pay $4 to return the book. That wasn't what I ordered. Yeah, see, the thing with Abe is that it depends on the bookseller. It's like everything. As I was saying in my video, you just have to, from the first, especially the first order from a bookseller you don't know, it is a bit of a gamble, because there's so many shysters out there. And even though on Abe it'll say seller's photo, but it just means that they've uploaded that photo. It doesn't mean that it's the photo of the book or books that you're buying. So if they don't say in their description or in their profile page, then you need to really ask them, are those pictures of the book that you're selling? you know. So that's always the thing. Oh yeah, I haven't. When I was when I started working at home at the time, I think it was 2020. I was sent home in March. Well, I had a holiday, so I was sent home, and then I think at the beginning of April of 2020, I started working from home, and I used to order Indian quite often. Place. It was kind of nice. It was expensive, but I'd order like a big batch of it so that it happened for the next day as well. So it was kind of nice while you're working to have something like that because you couldn't do it at work in the office. But yeah, it's probably July or August that year since I've had something like that too. But yeah, the person couldn't believe that it'd been. I don't know when it was the last time I ordered pizza. I really think it might not have even been in 2020. It might have been 2019, the last time I'd order a pizza. So occasionally I think of, I feel like having a pizza. Yeah, it's difficult. Cream of wheat. It's basically cream of wheat. That's. I think I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah. Something I can't understand is people eating, porridge and oatmeal. It's like I try it every so often. I even bought some, I think last year at some point, and I thought I'd try it again. I'd try it with some fresh fruits and things like that, and it's like eating wallpaper paste. I don't get it. Even putting sugar in and all that stuff, it just doesn't help. It's like eating wallpaper paste. But I know people who just love it, and I don't get it. Like the one thing I do eat is the raw oats. I can eat the raw oats. That's fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. I think I know what that is. It's almost like an oatmeal, isn't it? I think it's like a porridge. But Summer should be able to explain that. I'm not 100% sure. Beware the disinfectant porkies. Isn't haggis have some? Doesn't haggis have something like a porridge inside, or oats, or is it wheat or something? I'm not sure what's inside. Yeah, it's like oatmeal. Oh, we got a guest here. I don't know if I should allow him in.
Well, you've only got a guest for like half an hour max. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, maybe it looks better. Oh, I really got to turn that on an angle to get my bob in there.
Hey, Summer. Good to see you. Well, good to see you. You know what I mean.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
So what have I missed? I heard some stuff about cream of wheat or instant porridge.
Yeah, no. We started talking to Jenny. Mentioned she's waiting for a takeaway of korma. So.
Oh, I hope she's not like that poor person that was on Have I Got News for You this week, who paid, what was it, 40 quid, and they took his money and the takeaway.
Oh yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah, I watched that.
Crazy eyebrows. I just noticed. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, what?
I don't know. My eyebrow seems like it's gone a bit crazy. It's like gone white. Well, it is, of course, Jenny, because I just had a shower. So, because I've got a live, plug myself. I've got a live in about an hour and 15 minutes doing this World Cup, Women's World Cup draw. So, of course, I've got to make sure I look nice, or as nice as possible. So we'll see how the hair looks. I don't think it looks that chaotic. Just kind of, it's combed at the sides at least.
Well, if I don't have mine in ponytail, it'll look bad. I will need to. I should get it cut at some point in my hair, but as I say, maybe do a like for how short do I cut, you know, and do a.
Have you got your fan on?
Yes, I do. Is it too loud or?
It is quite. I don't know about them, but I have to say it does. Is it Is it rotating?
No, it's not.
Okay, oh, it's weird. It seems like it's
It's
almost like
not.
someone's just kind of in the mic.
Okay. Well, it seemed like it was okay. I can't tell, but it's just I was starting to melt earlier without it on. So,
I'll keep it on then. It's all right with me. I just wondered if it was all right for them. So,
but it's like almost deafening the silence once it's off, because I know it is loud. Even though it when I bought it, it says silent fan. It's like, yeah, no, it's not.
well, Jenny's certainly not a silent fan, is she? Oh dear.
Yeah, because I was watching. She was on Steve's live yesterday. Because I watched it today because he was talking about books. It was interesting to hear what people are saying, how their book buying has changed over, or hasn't changed over the last few years.
Oh, cheers, Summer.
Well, it might have changed. Yeah, it might have changed
I won't be
whole
here
thing.
that long, so don't worry. Yeah, book buying habits. What, because of things like, you know, online shopping, end of book depository, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I suppose so, and also, you know, the price of books. That it really seems like it's. I guess in the U.S., Summer can confirm this, but I guess a new release of a hardback fiction is like $40. You know, here it seems to be, you know, you can get it for 25 pounds. That doesn't seem as bad. Like even the exchange rate. But the thing is, whatever's 20 pounds here, generally, like, you know, if you pay a pound for a cup of coffee, you're going to pay $1 in the state. Like, you know, it's almost on par in some ways.
Well, it used to be. I don't think it is so much now.
Jenny says, I'm not allowed to be silent. 20 years of retail helps be vocal. Yeah. So any postal stories?
What, me?
No, well, Jenny. Well, I had the housemate go post on me. He's threatened to stab me. So that's really good.
Why? What did you do?
I didn't do anything. He's got a flat tire. He's got a flat tire on his bike, and he's blaming me for it. And it's like, I did not go out and ride it. It's like, you got a flat. It happens.
That would be kind of funny if that's what you did at like midnight and shit, was to sneak out. Everybody thinks you're this recluse and whatever, and you sneak out and bike around Bedford.
Just ordered some books from Book Outlet. We'll say I got 6 books for $37, free shipping. But yeah, Book Outlet is a Remainder house, isn't it? I think it's a Remainder place, so it should be a lot cheaper.
American.
Yeah. Here you've got Postscript. If you want some really nice books, you can buy from Postscript, fairly cheap in the UK. They used to have a wholesale called Sandpiper Books as well, but they just don't do it anymore, wholesale. How do I seal an envelope? Really? Jesus.
Doesn't surprise me. I'm just looking up Postscript. That's pretty good.
psbooks.co.uk.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Really good history, cheap. It's a really good place. They're still dateless, I think, in the US. I don't know if Summer knows that. Dateless. It's in Baltimore, I think it is. And then, well, I don't think they sell directly as Texas Bookman, but it's basically half price books. It's the remainder house for half price books. And then you got Powell's Books, which is a remainder house in Chicago, which also is part of the, what is it, Portland, Oregon, Powell's as well.
Yeah.
There's still a few. A lot of them have gone out of business. But
Yeah,
everybody goes to Book Outlet, though, for some reason.
They do deliver into Europe.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah. And the rest of the world as well, actually.
Yeah, it's a bit pricey, I think. It's so much per book. But they do get good stuff, but the stock is limited a lot of times, so that you will see stuff disappear. I remember when I was working well, and I think I made a 500-pound order from them, and I had like 4 or 5 boxes of books that came to work. Because you can get university press stuff, history. It's mostly they're good for the history and nonfiction.
Well, they include the VAT and stuff in their international or the European Union orders, so it means that we don't have to pay additional tax to import them, which is good. And if it's under 120 quid, there wouldn't be any duties either. So that seems.
Well, they've been around for a while, so they probably figured out the ins and outs of sending stuff properly to Europe after Brexit. That doesn't surprise me. But
so, have you managed any reading at all, Sean, or have you just been a bit kind of like?
Yeah, I'm continuing on. I started yesterday, Brideshead, and I'm
I finished it this morning.
Yeah, just over halfway. It's such a quick read, though. That's the thing, is you probably found out once you get into it.
I think that was it. Yeah, I mean, because I felt bad for Sonia because I kind of zoomed on ahead, and
we'll go to. Now I've opened up my. Yeah, do look at Daedalus. Daedalus, I think, is a shadow of what it used to be, but they used to have really, really good books. Daedalus.
Yeah, but be careful because there's another Daedalus, which is one that does. It's a UK-based one that concentrates on European literature, works in translation.
Yeah, publisher, but this is a
sure.
remainder house. Yeah, a remainder house.
Thing is, though, Summer, I mean, like, surely you've got like places you can buy books online just in America normally. I mean, you must have like a normal kind of bookshop where you can buy that book without it having to come from Book Depository. I mean, the prices on Book Depository, I can't imagine were really any cheaper.
Well, for some reason, people do like the British editions, but if you're buying the hardcover edition, you're buying an inferior product. It might have a nice jacket, but it's going to turn brown probably, or probably a 60-40 chance, or even higher.
Well, according to Steve, it seems the Canadian editions are the ones to get for the Wolf Hall trilogy anyway.
So Jenny's going to be quiet for a while.
I'm sure Jenny can multitask. I don't know who orders a korma though on a Sunday night. Seems like a.
Why not? Why? What's the difference?
Don't know. This doesn't seem like Sunday doesn't really seem like a takeaway day to me.
What is the Mirror and the Light? Why do I know that name, but I can't?
Wolf Hall, third book, second. Third.
I haven't read any of them. See, they don't interest me that much, and it's the same as that the mystery or the crime one you read about the tower. Like that, I've never been interested in that, so I just never been gravitated to any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, well, they may look better than the U.S., but they're not well made. They will turn brown. They're generally very poorly made.
Well, I mean, I saw here a hardback box set of them for around £35 or something, and that's the problem. They look nice, but apparently, like, they'll fall apart after one reading. Even, you see, that's not just the paper quality, but you know, this particular box set. So that was very unfortunate. Well, it was fortunate because I didn't buy it, but it was fortunate that I looked it up as well. You know, try to see what people said about it. So
yeah. Well, this was the thing. I was showing you pictures of this. Like I've had this with the black penguins, where the black rubs off. But why? Oh, because I got this on my other tablet. That's why I'm backwards here.
yeah, I can see it on the sides there.
Yeah, it's all white there. As the green is rubbed off. And I've never had that with the modern library.
But the green ones are the older edition, right? And the white ones are newer.
Yeah, they're very new, like within the last few years. And the green ones are a bit older, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember those green ones, or at least, although I have to say they were better made, even when I was at school. Because when I had to read, you know, The Dubliners by James Joyce or whatever, it was in exactly that edition with the mint green. Though I would say that the, you know, the covers were a bit harder, maybe a little bit, seemed a little bit more substantial.
Well, this one's not
the paper's completely, even that paper completely went yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this one's yellowing. It's you can see it around the edges, but the covers aren't too bad. The Oxford World Classics so far are still the better buy. But yeah, Summer says she likes anything Tudor. People do. I just it doesn't really have a big interest to me. At least not fiction wise. The history,
well, Summer might like anything Tudor to read, but she wasn't a big fan of the Tudor TV series, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was great.
Jenny said, yeah, I don't think they're proper hardbacks, just a paperback. But yeah, that's exactly it, Jenny. That's exactly what it is. They just case it. They just case it in hardcover, and it's the same text. It's the same text block a lot of times as the paperback, and it's just they're so badly made. They may look better, but that's what, like, I bought some. I'm looking at them here now. I've got the complete set of George Orwell, but the editor, Peter Davison, made some individual ones, like, you know, the best of the diaries, letters, and I can't remember what else. But anyway, I bought these when they came out because I thought, oh, that'd be nice to have some of this stuff together, especially with his extra notes. And I pulled them off like after 3 years off the shelf. Like I'd read them a little bit, read bits and pieces, and I pulled it off the shelf 3 years later, and they're brown. The paper's brown already. So and then I rebought them. I brought the American editions, which don't have, you know, well, these jackets weren't that nice, but the American ones were about equal. But the paper, they're solid books, like they were done by Norton. Summer says he didn't look like Henry.
Yeah, but Henry didn't look like Henry until he got older.
I don't think you have to be interested in the period to enjoy the books. The writing is so good, they could be about anything. I suppose so, but I guess when the first book came out, I met her at a literary festival, and she just turned me off anything that would be any writing by her at all. God, what a horrible person she was to people. Absolutely horrible. Greetings from California. Glad to see you. Yeah, I am feeling better, Francisco. Thank you. What's the weather like there?
However, I would say that Josephine Tay, that Daughter of Time, is worth reading. even if you don't, because it's the mystery. It's not the historical part. That's what becomes
Yeah,
interesting.
I can understand that, and I wouldn't mind reading her stuff, but I suppose that wouldn't probably be the first one that would come to mind. But there's a lot of the old stuff that I haven't read, like Niall Marsh. I just haven't read any of those. I've
Yeah,
watched
I
the
mean, I
TV.
read, I bought that audiobook thing. Well, no, did I? Yeah, I did. I used one of my credits, which is like 6 Alan Grant novels plus 2 standalone mysteries, and I've listened to 2 of them so far. And yeah, she's good actually. She's good, and it's quite. I have to say, even with the first one, it does keep you guessing. You know, you don't necessarily expect the murderer to be the murderer, if that makes sense, which is good. So, and it was her first one, so
Don't know
yeah.
who that is, but
He is the guy who played Henry VIII in
okay.
Tudors.
Weather a bit cool, but Central California is mostly mild. It's a bit cooler here because of rain, but still doesn't change the inside temperature. It just makes it more humid.
Now you've been reading Zane Grey and stuff, right?
Yeah. It took me all week because I wasn't feeling well to read Riders of the Purple Sage again.
And I've been watching this weekend. I've been watching the HBO series Deadwood. You know, I started it years ago, and I never finished it. And I've been watching it again, and I'm thinking all this, the Western stuff we're reading, the watching this stuff. It seems a very violent place, and it just makes me wonder if it really was as bad as it's depicted, or if you like the myth of it has got away from it. Because you can't. I mean, I can't imagine what it'd been like. It'd been like every time you left the house, you'd be thinking, "Am I going to return?" You know what I mean? Like it just seems so chaotic, so extremely violent. Now, of course, I imagine there were places like that, but it can't have been everywhere because there wouldn't be anybody in the American West even now, would they? They would have all died.
Well, like I think the biggest thing was because when they were encroaching on native territory, and especially the Comanche and stuff, that can't have been easy. Like they were being attacked, I think, a lot, and then because it's usually because the settlers were attacking them, and then it was reprisal attacks, so nobody was safe. So it took a certain type of person, I think, to go out there, probably a bit insane, in some ways.
So basically, America gets crazier the further west you go. Because if you think about it, I suppose you have the English, who are fairly crazy anyway. They move across it. The crazy ones decide to be the ones to kind of go to America because they're the ones who are brave. They're the ones, let's do it. And then the craziest of them move west. So the further west you go, the crazier the Americans are. Is that what you're saying, Sean?
That could hold water. That could hold water.
I don't know what Francisco thinks of that.
Yeah, but yeah, California is sort of as far as west as you could go, and I don't think there was that, like, the only real trouble there was the gold and stuff, I think.
Although, not to be too judgmental, looking at Francisco's name, I doubt that his people started off their trip in Plymouth.
No, but it's the kind of thing, yeah. Because I really like Zane Grey. I remembered his stuff, liking it, but it's so long ago that I've read it that I couldn't remember. But he is a much better, like, he still has his faults. He still has his faults, like his characterization is a bit faulty at times. The relationships, the love relationships, don't really hold together. But he is a much better stylist that, like, and I think I'm going to be making a video of this at some point, of Louis L'Amour is just a trashy writer, like a very poor writer, but he does the story. Yeah, that's the thing. He knows how to pace the story, and he knows how to put the stuff in that makes it exciting. But as a stylist, as a writer itself, he's very poor. He's a poor writer. Zane Grey is much better as a stylist, I think. You also have rattlesnakes, fire ants, Yeah, I grew up where there was rattlesnake, the Mississauga rattler. There's still
Scorpions.
some more. What?
And scorpions.
Scorpions.
That's what the emoji is, I think.
Okay, yeah. Well, you do get them in the desert area, I guess, but I don't know. But you're in what? Ohio, isn't it? Do they have? They don't have. I don't think they got scorpions there. I think that's not far enough west. I don't think. But I could be wrong.
Did you ever? You never played computer games when you were young, did you?
No.
No, because when I was like, I don't know, 8 years old or something, it was popular to play this game, the Oregon Trail, and it was like really, of course, basic, and you had to get yourself from I forget where exactly all the way across to Oregon, and you had to make all these.
Don't meet the Donner Party, and don't meet the Donner Party.
It was like one of these games where there wasn't like you had your little ox cart that just kind of beep 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 on the map, and then you came to like maybe a river, and then you had a choice to like pay the ferry, try to ford the river or whatever, and then you like attacked by Indians. Little Sarah in your party is contracted cholera, and then you carry on a little beep, beep, beep. Little Sarah has sadly passed away, and gradually people are dying. But it was a great game. I'm sure Summer at least must remember that. I mean, we're kind of the same age, so I'm sure she must have played the Oregon Trail. But we used to play it at school, rather than just at home. It's a great fun.
Well, the westerns are kind of interesting because I always find because you had the frontier literature of what's his name, Fenimore Cooper, and it was basically a woodsman that had a coonskin cap, that wore moccasins, and then when they go out onto the prairies, they change their coonskin cap for a sombrero or a cowboy hat later, or a derby, I think they called it, a bowler. And then they wore cowboy boots. They changed from flats to high heels. That's exactly it. They went from flats to high heels.
It's a Davy Crockett, wasn't it? The one that in the film had the coon hat.
Yeah, but that was the stereotypical of the woodsman, the frontier of in the woods. Everyone dying.
Well, yeah, even the song, isn't it? It's like Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
When I lived in Texas, we had to shake out our shoes and check our sheets before bed. We also had a rattlesnake climb in the chimney. Yeah. Recently moved to Texas from the north, and the people and nature are very different than what I'm used to.
Bet they are.
Yeah.
Although I've got a friend living in Texas. He's from a small village in Hampshire, and he lives, I don't know if it's Dallas he lives in, but he really likes it. He's been out there for years. His wife's from there. But
to live in a place like Dallas, I don't think you're really it's probably like any other big city in the world to a large extent. Go to a little place, the little towns or smaller towns anywhere in the US, and then you'll really get to see things, I think, because a city's a city. It's I think all cities are going to have more similarity than differences.
Yeah, I think that's true. But still, I think what I get the impression with Texas, though, is at least the Texas culture, is quite strong in their cities, isn't it? I mean, I think businessmen in Dallas still walk around with Stetsons and cowboy boots and stuff. But I might be wrong. Maybe I'm just thinking of JR and all that. So
was that in Texas? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's Dallas. That's the name of the show. Dallas.
Okay, yeah.
It's called Dallas, but it was set in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh, dear, oh dear. Right, I'm gonna have to go, but thanks for having me on. I better get ready and get sorted out for this So bye, everyone. See you Friday, maybe.
Yeah, this should be back, and yeah, I'll try not to go over too long and steal everybody from your live.
I wouldn't worry about it. I think it's only Laverne who's put her name down. So you're welcome to the rest of them. All right. See you later, everyone. Cheerio.
Thanks for stopping.
No worries.
Now we can talk. Yeah, seagulls. Yeah, you see these things about seagulls grabbing burgers out of people's hands. Hi, Alan. Just in time to see Mark go. Classics. Yeah. So I don't know. Has anybody else been reading? Well, I know, Alan, you have. Has anybody else here been reading any Westerns for June on the Range? And what are they, if you have been? I'm way behind making videos. There's a few that I wanna do. Should be able to have you fan. Yeah, maybe I will. See how that, because I'm melting again. Oh, that feels so much better. Oh yeah, True Grit is really, really good. I don't know why I took so long to read it. I'd always loved the film, the John Wayne Henry Hathaway, I think, film from '68ish. And I thought the new one the film was pretty good, but there was things that I didn't like about it. But anyway. Yeah, Lonesome Dove. I've not read anything by Larry McMurtry yet, and not read Lonesome Dove. Probably the last getting to it, I think. Well, it helps. I don't know if it's too loud or not. Lonesome Dove, reread, and Elmer Leonard. Yeah, I haven't read Elmer Leonard either. 310 from Yuma is the one that I want to read first of all. But I don't like his sort of crime ones. Like, I've read him before, and I never liked his crime stuff. But I'm definitely going to have to try some of his Westerns. Yeah, I wanted to get to Ride the Wind, I think it is, Summer, because you told me about that last year. And because of being about Cynthia Parker, I'm quite interested in it. I'm looking at it there. I think it's about 500 and some pages, so I don't think it's going to happen this month. But yeah, I've been reading like some old dime novels, which are quite interesting. Well, they're robot sort of type ones, but they're Westerns. Juvenile Westerns, and then another guy that's wrote about Buffalo Bill. It's Buffalo Bill Cody and Wild Bill Hickok. Or did I get those mixed up? But anyway, yeah. And that was like really badly written, but just a hoot to read. Oh yeah, Aaron. Yeah. Well, they'll be going live, I guess, in 45 minutes. Maybe one day. Well, they're not. They're like any subgenre and stuff. I think it's like they're. If you enjoy that kind of thing, you can enjoy reading them. But there's not going to be too many that are really, really great writing. I don't think there's not many. And apparently, I guess Lonesome Dove is, but I haven't read it. So, reading The Way West by A.B. Guthrie. Second volume in his Big Sky trilogy. Yeah, I've heard of that, not read it. I only started reading Westerns again last year after probably almost a 40-year hiatus. Yeah, I like Louis L'Amour. I'm reading the Sackett series, but he's such a sort of sloppy writer. He's not a great writer. Stylist wise, but he knows how to tell a honking story, like a really good, fun story. He knows how to do that. But just the style, he's not great. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean, Aaron. Yeah, yeah. His writing is, yeah, it's very sloppy. It's very, very sloppy, but it's fun. It's fun. That's the one thing. Is that for the film? Yeah, I didn't think that was very good, and maybe because of the actor. What is it? I can't stand the actor's name. The actor. I can't think of it now. I did not like Dances with Wolves. But was that based on a book? Something tells me it might have been, or a story. I'm not sure. Three. So, what other ones have you seen? Well, have you seen True? I'm assuming you mean Dances with Wolves, Jenny. What other two have you seen? Ah, okay, yeah. So, yeah, the novel. Yeah, that could very well be. I don't know it. I thought it was based on a novel. So yeah, but there are like it's like anything. It's like people don't like science fiction, and a lot of it is just fun reading. It's not super well written, but and then you do get ones that are, and I like westerns are no different from that. I think any kind of subgenre is very similar. But the thing is, Louis L'Amour knew how to like put the story together to make it really fun. And I think Edison is fun reading. Oh yeah, I remember now, Jenny. Yeah, yeah. You need to watch the original 310 to you. That is really, really well done. It's well paced. The photography is good. It's just really well paced. And I did not know they did a remake of Magnificent Seven until you said it. I think I don't think I knew there was one. And I'm not. I've never been a huge fan of the spaghetti westerns to begin with, but I don't think I'd want to watch a remake of it. That's for sure. Do they do it the same way? Do they do it as a spaghetti western or not? I wonder. But there are some good ones. But yeah, as Mark was saying, I've been reading uh, the St. Grey. I've still got other ones here. I'm just looking at all. There's St. Grey. Well, that's the one that I'll be reading probably next. Uh, that is for Roger's Cheapo Book Club. It's, it's an audio version of 310 to you. Henry Rollins. Oh, okay. Sort of surprised that he's doing audio. Well, maybe not. But yeah, I do want to read the story because I like the film. And if I like that story, then at least I could go on to read more of Elmore Leonard's westerns. And then if I really like those, I might try his sort of crime ones. I think that's what Good Class does. I just didn't like them in the past. So, but if it's not westerns, so what are you reading now, Jenny, or anybody else? If it's not westerns, like I say, I've rereading Brideshead Revisited, and I won't be done it today. I don't think. I don't know how much more time I'll have for reading today. Yeah. Well, yeah, the Seventh Samurai. Yeah. Yeah. Kurosawa, I think it is. And then basically, but the weird thing is, the Seventh Samurai was a lot, I think, from John Ford films that he made it from, and then so it just went back like 360 degrees, I guess, yeah, back to the Western. Oh, 1984. Are you reading the annotated version that's come out? Well, there's two annotated, so-called annotated versions. Penguin did one, but it was the same person who did it. I can't think of his name, the biographer of Orwell. And then there's a newer version. That's another annotated version. And I'm going to have to read those at some point. Killer Angel, that's the Civil War one? I don't know. Strange trilogy. You may have mentioned it before, but I'm not sure. Yeah, those Firefly books look kind of interesting. Brandy at Eclectic told me about those, and they do look pretty interesting. The Night Circus, A Life of My Own, and The Mirror and Light. Okay, I now know what Mirror and Light is, but I don't know the others. Yeah, there's two. The Alan the Penguin is out of France, the annotated version. But yeah, what's his name? I can't think of his name. He just put out a sort of revised, updated biography of him called The New Life. I can't think of his name. But anyway, I can't think of his name. But anyway, yeah, it's a smaller. You just put annotated, but it's not that annotated. It's not heavily annotated. That's the only thing. It could have been done a lot more detail, I think. Why not? Yeah. Firefly was a Western in space, I would say. It's Western. Oh, okay. Yes, I do. Okay, I do recognize that now. Yeah. I like her biographies. Her biography of Samuel Pepys is absolutely amazing. Strange Trilogy was written by. Okay, that could be interesting. Yeah, because I do like his films. Yeah, I'll send you a message with the details. I just can't think of it at the moment. Yeah, I'll send you the details through Voxer. I just can't think of it. They may have it, and they might have the Penguin one as well, then, because Powell's does have remainder and older stock, so they might have the Penguin version, which I don't know how much he changed. It's very bugging me. I can't think of his name. Yeah, well, a lot more than I have had. Yeah, I'm still quite tired, but definitely more than I've had. A couple of days. I've been resting as much as possible. I've only had a few hours most days that I've probably doing anything. But today, yeah, I felt a little better, so I thought I'd do it live. Oh, sorry, it's just bugging me. I got to find out who that is. Sorry, just bear with me a second. DJ Taylor, that's who did it. DJ Taylor, and the newer annotated. 1984 annotated. Yeah, there's the annotated edition Penguin, but there's a newer one um, that was published. If I get to the page, I will let you know in a jiffy. Because he's done all 6 fiction books. They're all out now. He's done annotated versions. He did Animal Farm first, and well, they came out together in 1984. And then Coming Up for Air, then Keep the Appetister Flying, and then Burmese Days just this past month or 2, and One Jewel's Daughter. Did them in reverse order. And of course, the page is not loading. The publisher of the new one is Constable Paperback. There we go. Yeah, I would say no about Firefly being Western. Well, it's Western in space. It's got all the hallmarks of a Western, except that it's not in the Wild West. And yes, they are made for break. Just finished a new release, The Wager by David Grant, story of a British warship that wrecked, marooning the crew in Patagonia, and the epic struggle to get back together. Ah, that sounds quite interesting. Yeah, either one of those would probably be good. The newer one probably has a bit more in it, the Constable one. Oh, they both sound good. If it's a good writer, yeah. So it's not a fiction then. Yeah, that sounds really really cool. The one Freeman that you're saying, and if you did one on Ernest Shackleton's quite interesting. Did you read the diaries? I think recently somewhere with Mark, and I've got to get it. I wanted to reread that as well, but I didn't know you were doing that until it's long gone. But I do want to get a copy of that and read that again. I don't know if I've read it in completion. That's the thing. I don't know if the Penguin version is complete. Diaries, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna, as I say, I'm finishing up Brideshead Revisited, and I think I'm going to go to the Anthony Cole book. Yeah, it does sound pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to have to look up this guy. Remember his name if I can. What's his name again? His full name? David Grant. I've never come across him before, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, you sneak that in without letting me know. For Shackleton. What's that one about? Killers of the Flower Moon. It sort of sounds like what's that woman, Mark, that we read? Well, Freeman, you sent it to me, I think, about the source of the Nile. What's her name? Candace something? Was it Candace? Anyway, like her stuff, like she's a really good writer, and almost every book that she's been putting out sounds really cool, really interesting. And this guy, by the sound of it, could be very similar in that way. Killers. Yeah, I just don't know the guy. Candace Millard. Yeah. Oh, you see, yeah. So it's like, yeah, it sounds like a really interesting books, like general books on things, like she does. That's the thing that came to mind once you mentioned, like, you know, 2 or 3 of the topics. But yeah, it sounds really good. I've never, boy, my wish list is growing and growing all the time. I still haven't got anything else by Candace Millard. I think, Mark, did you read any of the others? Didn't you get the one of Roosevelt in South America off the Amazon? And then there's what is it, Churchill in South Africa, I think. It's another one I know. It's not another one, but I can't think of what it is. But they all sound interesting. Well, either way, the other books by him sound really interesting. Yeah, I do need to pick those up. They do look really good. Problem is, it's just so much to bloody read. I'm getting more behind all the time on what I wanted to read this year. But I did for the by the end of May. I think it was the end of May. Yeah, I did pretty good compared to what it was. Ken Follett. I've never read anything by him, but I am interested in the Cathedral one and the Century series, I think it is. Alfred, I've heard of Alfred Lansing. Didn't they just find the Endurance? Like they just found it, and it's like it looks like it just sunk yesterday. One of the not in the shock. No, not the shock. Anyway, sorry. There was the one guy that was born here in this town that wrote. It's not Shackleton. It's the other guy. It's the most, what is it? Dangerous trip in the world or something. I can't remember the name of it. Really good book. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Last Viking, Life of Ronald Adams, book by Stephen R. Brown. Along with Ray Miller. Yeah, I think it could be quite good if he writes well. Yeah, I think I've got a couple, if not all 3 of the trilogy, or if it is trilogy, I think Centuries trilogy. Terry Gerard, I don't know who that is. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have to find that. Found, you were right, so the White Darkness on Shackleton by Grant. Okay. Oh, it sounds like everything that he's done looks really, really cool. I always get Ken Follett mixed up with another Follett. I think but it's spelled differently. He wrote Radio Plays, and when I first heard about the Cathedral, I thought it was the same guy, and I couldn't quite make it out. brains at work. It's called Earth Search. Mark's on the computer. Do a search for Earth Search radio show. Tell me who wrote that. The guy's name is Fallen, but spelled differently, I think. Yeah. Let's see what else. Well, I should have asked Mark when he was on here live about this thing that he's doing later. Whatchamacallit? Or sorry, James Fallen. Yeah, see, Fallen. Oh, it is spelled the same way. Is it? I thought it was. I thought it was spelled differently. How many are there in the Cathedral series, the Knightsbridge series? I don't think there was that many. Yeah, James. Yeah, it was James. James Follett. I thought it was spelled differently, but apparently not. Oh, okay. I had no idea he wrote that. See, I just heard Follett. I think I just decided I couldn't connect it with the two, and then actually when I looked into it, I sort of realized, oh, these are different people. But if you're interested in science fiction and want a really honking radio series, do listen to Earth Search. Yeah, there's 5. Yeah, I know that is the Century. Is it a trilogy? Is there just 3 books in that? Oh, okay. So is that the 5th one? Or 6th one now? Climbing. Yeah, there's a bit to catch up on there. Hi, Amy. How's the weather in Canada? Canada. Oh, that's the 5th one. Let's say. Okay. I thought he completed. So does he have any? Or is he just going on because it's popular? I thought it was sort of it was finished. I thought they did a prequel to the others. So I guess clearly it's not. Yeah, I'll have to put those on my future reading list. Yeah, well, that's the thing. So what are they? About 800, 900 pages each. So we're talking probably a good, with 5 books, we're probably talking a good 4,500 pages, 4,000, 4,500. Yeah, it's sort of warmish here. It's mid-20s, and it's been raining, so light rain, so it's the humidity has really spiked here. Okay, yeah. So it's yeah. I thought it was completed then with the prequel, but obviously it's not. So I just wonder how he's dealing with it. Edward Rutherford, yeah, another author I'm not too familiar with. Amy has changed her name. Yes, Armor of the Light Century is just a trilogy, but Knightsbridge is going to be 5 soon, and probably 6 after. Dwarvish, that's one way to describe the hellfire, yeah. Well, Jenny, it sounds like you're very much like me. Well, to me, perfect weather is sunny and 16 degrees Celsius. 15 to 18 is the sweet spot. But for most English people that I see here, they think that is the Arctic or Antarctic, and they need probably 25 to 28, and then they're okay. But once it goes above 28, then it's boiling. Oh, okay. Then I do know Sarum. Yeah, okay. I do know Sarum, but I didn't recognize the name. Where was the air refrigerants? Both too hot, but raining, so the cricket is canceled. At least we are no longer covered in the orange haze of wildfires. Yeah. Yeah, I was having trouble breathing with everything as well. And then I saw something. They were saying that the air quality for the last week has been some of the worst in my area that it's ever been. So that kind of explains it. Well, I'm with you there. But that's a nice temperature, I think, 15 or 16. But yeah, when it goes to single digits here, it's like I remember at work where I'd be sitting there pouring with sweat, and there'd be somebody else sitting like within 3 feet of me in a wool hat, a toque, a winter coat, and still saying they're cold. And I'm sitting there dripping with sweat. And I just could not figure that out. And they wanted the air conditioner to be about 25 or 28 all the time. Yeah, it's horrible. I'm not Scottish, but maybe I got some Scottish blood in me. Well, we got a few more minutes before I'll say goodbye. So go over with Mark's, and I'll see if I can stop in on Mark's one as well, and see what all this thing is about. It's not sports, so it just all of a sudden I fall asleep. Especially football. God, I used to fall asleep with that. I tried last time to do something, but I got a country that I didn't really. And then, since then, I found writers that I could have read from that country. So, yeah. 60 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not bad. I'm not sure what that is. That's got to be early 20s, I think, Celsius. Well, I might be interested if you give me an interesting country. Ooh, that just probably made a lot of people angry. Like around, no, it can't be that cool, is it? What's 60 degrees? 60 Fahrenheit Celsius. Oh, wow. It says 15.5 degrees Celsius. I'm really surprised at that. Because double of that is only like 80 something. Like when it's 29 or 30, that's like early 80s, I think. So that's why I didn't think it was that different. Oh, what it says here for me, it is minus 32. And then times 5/9. Yeah, that's really easy, isn't it? Yeah, well, no, that's still right. Yeah, I think it's rain. It's supposed to be raining here, but the problem is it's not enough rain, and it just makes it more humid. Yeah, 83. See, that doesn't make sense. Oh, but then again, you're in the Northwest. That's the thing. You know, California wouldn't be that cool, I don't think, or if it is, it'd be a little different. Yesterday we were 15 degrees at 8 a.m. Yeah, yeah, because I came across something a little while ago, just saying Pacific Northwest, and then somebody was saying, oh, that like this young woman was saying she was a PNW girl. Now, what the hell is that? What the heck is PNW? And it took me forever to figure out she was talking about the Pacific Northwest. And it's like when if people don't know what the reference is for anagrams, it's completely useless. They're useless. Not everybody's going to know it. Anyway, I think I'm beginning to lose my voice here now, so I think I'll say goodbye. Thanks for everybody for stopping, and it's been fun. West is the best. Some say no, some say yes. Go West, young man. Anyway, thanks for everybody for stopping, and thanks, Mark, for showing up. And we'll just head all over, as Jenny says, cause havoc on. I think it was Jenny that said that on Mark's live. So let me know if you find either of those annotated ones, Alan. Bye, everybody.